Welcome back. I'm picking up what happens right after Jesus was with the two disciples at Emmaus. Then he took bread, blessed, broke it. They recognized him, and then he disappeared. They said to each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he was talking to us on the road, while he was opening the scriptures to us?" Do you ever have those experiences in which you realize that something has happened, but you didn't know it until afterward? I know that bad things can happen that way. Sometimes a person will have a stroke, say, but they don't know about it until later. My friend had a heart attack more than a year ago, but he didn't know about it until much later. He was at his doctor's talking about some symptoms, and the doctor checked him out and said, "You had a heart attack." Then he remembered a particular evening in December and realized that's what had happened. He didn't know it at the time. Now, Cleopas and the other disciple have a happy experience to look back on. When they realized that this stranger with them was Jesus, they look back on the hours they spent together on the road and how they felt. "Our hearts were burning within us," they said. Sometimes you're so happy about the person you're with that your heart burns within you. Sometimes you're learning something so important and so exciting that your heart burns within you. These two disciples on their walk to Emmaus had both. They were with Jesus, and they were learning about him, and their hearts were burning within them. Only they didn't know it at the time. Jesus blessed the bread, broke it, and gave it to them, and their eyes were opened, and they recognized him. You've heard me and other ministers say that often as we come to the Lord's table, as we prepare to celebrate the Holy Supper. I used it last weekend in our Easter communion. Sometimes that experience can help us look back on something and realize that the Lord had been present and we hadn't known it. The storytelling preacher Fred Craddock told about a time he was visiting in Winnipeg, and he went to a cafe at a bus station near the hotel to get something to eat. It was snowing hard. The breakfast he was supposed to attend had been canceled. The bus station cafe was the only place nearby where he could get something to eat, and it was mobbed. And the only thing they had was soup. Fred got some, tasted it, and it was the worst soup he had ever tried. So rather than eat it, he just sat with his hands around the bowl to keep warm. A woman came in and asked the proprietor for a glass of water. She just wanted to come inside to some place to be warm, but he told her that she had to buy something to eat or else go away. She got up and started to the door, whereupon the other customers also got up and headed to the door. If she wasn't welcome, they weren't staying. So the man grumpily told her to sit down. She went to a table and he got her some soup. Fred said that he watched her eat her soup, and he thought maybe he could bring himself to eat his. He put a spoonful to his mouth, and it wasn't all that bad. He had a little more, and he found that the flavor was getting better. As he ate, he discovered that this soup didn't taste like bland gray soup anymore. It tasted like bread and wine. Just a little like bread and wine.